I understand everybody's perspective. Y'all, when I tell you I've been on a monumental journey, I've been on a monumental journey outside of Christianity, outside of the Hebraic house. I done wandered all over the place looking for God and trying to make sense of all of the philosophies of God. I have. And, I'm not one of those people that critique philosophies or spiritual systems that people believe in without really knowing it. Like, I've read my Bible. And in fact, you must read the Bible to really understand exactly what is going on in the Bible, the whole philosophy of the Bible. You got to read it. You can't base it upon, just you coming to an ideology on something or of it. You've got to read it. Because I'm here to tell you that when you read it without a biased ideology, you will come to know what I know. You will, even if you don't align to that vertical as your way of honoring God, you will for sure know that it's power in the system. Not just any power, because there's power in all kinds of stuff if you focus in on it. It's the God power within you that gives that thing power. But within the Hebraic house in general, whether Judaism or Christianity, because the differences between the two are the fact that one doesn't acknowledge Jesus as the Messiah and one does. That's the only difference, fundamental difference that there is between the Judaic house and the Christian house. Is the Judaic house does not see Jesus as the Messiah. They see Jesus as a prophet, as someone that has come forth from the house speaking biblical truths, and that's pretty much it. Whereas the Christian side of the house, they see Jesus as someone that they see Jesus as God. They see Jesus as the Son of God. And whether you align to that philosophy, let me see what's going on here. Whether you align to that philosophy or not, you've got to know that when you read this book, the ideology, the essence written in this book it transcends a mere title. The essence of this book, the essence of what is being conveyed in this book is that God is within you. This is the primary reason why these people have been struggling all along throughout their walk. From Genesis to Revelation. They have been struggling and have been punished and have been taught and have had patience shown to them and punished and then taught again and then patience shown to them again. Why? So that they can stop worshiping stuff outside of themselves. So that they can focus internally on the God that is within them. So that they can honor the true God. Not the God of the mountain, not the God of the plant kingdom, not the God of this region, not the God of that region, not that. The God that is right inside of them. The God that walks with them through the hills and the valleys of this life. God has spoken in this Bible in all kinds of metaphors, this truth. Yet we as a people, because we want to be so right, we want to say, oh yeah, God wouldn't be God if he did this, and this is not God, this is that, and this is this, and this is that. And you wonder, have these people read this book? Are we talking about the same book? And that's the essence of this book. It's a multifaceted book, y'all. What I get from this book is completely contingent upon where I am in my life spiritually. Am I in the leisure season of my life, sitting up drinking coffee? Have a fascination for spirituality, but life's good? I don't have no real hunger. I have a fascination. So when after I've basked in all the luxuries and the comforts of life, I default over into my Bible and read a couple of scriptures while I drink my coffee in my palace. Or am I struggling? Fearful because something that I can't control has come upon me, and I know that I need something greater to assist me. And in that, I humble myself and I come before the throne of God, looking diligently for him. You will search God. You will search for God high and low, friend, when you need him. Oh, I bet you then you won't be out here debating. I'm telling you what I know. You let something serious come upon you. You let life be held in the balance, or life as you know it. You let something that you really love and depend upon be at risk. I'll get real then. Oh, it gets real. You won't be out here debating. When I tell you you're going to look for God and you won't care, you will come before the throne of God completely unbiased, without any expectation. You will humble yourself to your real level of knowing. You will admit, I don't know. You will admit, I might have it wrong. Father, please show me. When I tell you every knee will bow, these are the things that I've been through. When I tell you I have searched for God, it were the hard things that led me to search for God. The puzzling factors that led me on a monumental journey. A roundabout that led me right back to square one. And it has been this roundabout that allows me to go I could go toe to toe with the best of them regarding this. I can go toe to toe. I don't need no marijuana. I don't need no alcohol. All I need is just my knowing. Toe to toe. I might not be a scientist. I might not be able to explain to you the technicalities of what we are experiencing, but I can sit up and I can make a scientist agree with me on my rhetoric. He will agree with me. I'm telling you. And this is not just a me thing. This is a thing exclusive to all of those that have walked it. So regardless of what you call it, I've learned in my life not to look down. Whether you honor this system, you honor that system, I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to tell you, you don't know it all. You don't know anything. You still stuck on that. You still on that. I'm over here. You're not over here. I'm not, what is that? Now, I will say, if you're not pondering anything and you're just out here blowing in the wind, honoring things that'll never serve you, oh yeah, I'm going to say something about that. I got a lot to say about that. Out of love. To say, don't do that to yourself, friend. Don't you know you were created for a purpose? Your spirit is not tugging at you to want to know more about your purpose. When you tap in, I was online today, and I was working on some things that I'm looking to do moving forward. And I was writing out like a bio on myself and really who I am and what I stand for. And I thought, what is it that I offer to people? What's my offering? I help people stand in their purpose. I help people to stand in their purpose. I give them motivation to stand in their purpose by giving them a roadmap as to how to do it. I'm kind of like David. When the 400 men came upon him to join him while he was being hunted by Saul. I'm that. It just occurred to me today. I got my own thing that I'm dealing with, but I've gotten so far along in my path that I can lend some things to other people. Not to solve somebody's problem, not that I'm a Messiah, because I'm not. But as your sister in life, to say these are some things that I've experienced, friend, or these are some things that I know of, and this is a loophole around it, or this is how this is done for you to get this particular result from God, not from the world. I'm not the woman you align to learn how to get things from the world. I'm the person you align to learn how to get things from God. And those things that God gives you opens all the doors that this world has. That's what that is. That occurred to me today because that's what David did. When those 400 men came upon David, David gave them purpose. How? Purpose for what? What was the purpose? What were they aiming for? He gave them purpose as it relates to their standing in the kingdom of God. He made them feel as if they were a part of something greater, in which they were. We're not on the run. We don't run. We're standing. We are holding space. And we're not even taking up space. We're holding space. And when we hold space, we don't hold space any old kind of way. Surely we're holding space out here in the tents, out here in all the mess, because that's where we are. It's a battle going on. We're not sitting in the palace right now. We're in the mess. We out here in the dirt. But while we're out here, we're not out here any kind of way. We follow a rule. We're so good at what we do. This is David. We flex so well in what we do. We can do this thing at a heightened level while following a code. Yo, holler if you hear me. Holler, it's lit up in here tonight. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. He's saying, we not only are we going to stand and hold space until we can take up space. We're going to do it in the most difficult way you can. Friend, to play a thing by the rule is the most difficult way you could play a thing. You're bound by the constraints of the rule. And then to still be able to prevail and dominate. What? What? These are the Michael Jordans of the world. Michael Jordan wasn't good just because he knew the art of basketball. Michael Jordan was good because against all odds, Michael Jordan could dominate on that basketball court all the while playing by the rules. That is so difficult. Yo, being that one person to play by the rules puts a bullseye on your back. You don't think Michael Jordan had a bullseye on his back? You don't think other teams and coaches and people that were just as good as him, or at least somewhat as good, didn't know how difficult what he was doing was? You got to be in the game to know how difficult it is. You can sit on the sidelines all day long and critique and say this and say that because you don't know what it's like. Michael Jordan made it look easy. That's why he was so good. That's what happens when you're very good at what you do. You make it look so easy, but it's far from easy. It's the hardest thing. And not only to be able to do it and play by the rules and have a bullseye on your back so that when you're in the game, people have studied you. You got whole teams that sit up and gather and study the man on how to stop him. Yo, I could stand up and speak this. Studied him as to how to trip him up. And he still prevailed. He still came and slam dunked on him while playing by the rules, while having a bullseye on his back, while being plotted on. David, the same way. This is all the things of the great ones. No guts, no glory, friend. And at the end of the day, he did what he did at a heightened level. High level. This ain't no grunt thing. Playing by the rules amongst those that don't. And dominating. For an extended amount of time, made a name for itself. There's nobody in the NBA that surpassed him. Kobe, not even Kobe. So that when he's old, in his old age, he can sit in the crown of his name. He's crowned. Literally crowned. He ain't the only one. All of those that we honor as the great ones, all of them, same way. Crowned. Because they play by the rules. You're nobody unless you play by the rules, friend. Nobody. You're average. Average. This is what set David apart. This is what made him the king. A king without the seat. He was a king on the run, and 400 people came to him. And he says to these 400, I'm not going to turn you away. My heart can't turn you away. You know why? Because I know how much it took for you to come and stand beside me. You must have really needed this. This is not a fashionable thing here. This is a heart thing. I got nothing to offer you. In fact, me having you around me is a chance I'm taking because you could betray me. But I know my God so well that even if you wanted to betray me, you couldn't. Because I'm covered by something greater. I have purpose in my life. And you all may just be part of that purpose. And he will multiply this ideology, this philosophy, to all of those 400. Surely we can come upon this situation this way, and we can come upon it that way. But that's not the way of God. If we want to be partakers of the power, we got to align properly. And these people would follow him. Why? Because they saw the results of what he was doing in his own life. It showed in his own walk. He's not the out of shape personal trainer with a bunch of excuses. Nothing wrong with trainers that got excuses. But I'm just saying, he's not that guy. Because the out of shape personal trainer is no different than the one coming to the gym needing motivation to keep going. Excuses. Oh, I don't know what this, and I don't know what that, and I don't know what this, and I don't know. Excuses. If someone didn't know that was the trainer and you were the trainee, both of y'all look like the two stooges. Having a relationship with God and allowing it to lead your life, regardless to all the things that you want to do, regardless to all the fun you want to partake of, you can still have it. You can still do it. But having a relationship with God is the single thing that helps you stay happy. It helps you stay grounded. When the fun ends in that thing that you're interested in, when the issues of life begin to happen and you begin to have issues amongst your peers and you second guess yourself and all these different things, your relationship with God will be that pillar in your life that allow you to withstand all of those different things. It's your superpower. It is the essence that allows you to move through the difficulties of life without them weighing you down and beating you down. That does not mean that you will not have difficulties in life. You must have them, because the reason for our creation is for us to get to know ourselves. It's for us to get to know the God within us. And how else do we know God lest we embark upon a journey of getting to know God? And we get to know God through experiencing life. This entire life that we're having, this experience, is all for us to know God the greater. To be able to trace God's hand and say, okay, this is another way God does this. This is another aspect of God. That's another aspect, all while experiencing life. Because we get to know God through our varied experiences that we will have in life. So today I decided to come on and like I said, I'm streaming. This is a new thing that I'm doing right now. And this is testing the waters to it to see how I would handle such things. What I would do with my time while I stream. What would I talk about? How would I make it entertaining for the masses of people? How could it be fun